I used to be a resident of Ithaca, New York. I moved away for many reasons, one of which was so I would be able to succeed. The reason why we're here is this Juneteenth is extremely emotional for me and my family because my nephew's freedom was taken away by the Ithaca Police Department, Judge John Rowley, and District Attorney Matthew Van Houten. The unfortunate truth is my nephew is not alone. So many of us are incarcerated due to the biased criminal justice system, which is designed to re-enslave us using the slave patrollers that they call the police. This has to stop now. We have been fighting for my nephew's freedom for the past 4 years. 4 years is a very long time for an innocent man to be locked up. I met with Yusuf Salam from the Exonerated Five, and he told me that the process to incarcerate is easier than the process to unincarcerate. Think about it. It's so easy to lock us up, but nearly impossible to undo their mistakes. It took Yusuf 12 years before he was free, and once he was free, he never received an apology. Not even a, my bad. Just like Najee's trial, they convicted these 5 young men based upon a coerced confession and no evidence. Why is the system allowed to lock us up with no evidence? The Exoneration Initiative has adopted Najee's case. And here are some of the reasons why. Eyewitnesses' descriptions of the assailants did not match Najee's description, and none of these witnesses were ever called to testify at trial. No DNA linked Nagee to the victims or any evidence. And to add insult to injury, the police knew all along of a video recording of the incident, but no investigation was done to obtain a copy of it. This could have proved his innocence. During the trials, there was blatant favorism in the courtroom. Judge Rowley blocked every single motion, objection, including Najee's request for a new defense attorney. Judge Rowley also blocked Nagee from having any experts testify against Van Houten's experts because the state would have to pay for it. The jury foreman in the second trial was a former client of Van Houten and admitted on court record that he could not be impartial, but they allowed him to stay, and that resulted in his conviction. They all knew from the very beginning that they were never gonna let my nephew go free. My family wasn't aware of what the DA was hiding during the trials because the DA requested that Najee's file be confiscated. This was a violation of his legal right to know what evidence they had against him. But Judge Rowley allowed it. It wasn't until after the trials concluded that we obtained a copy of the file and worked with the appeals attorney on the 440 motion. This was the motion where Van Houten and Judge Rowley had a chance to retry the case, but denied it instead. Rather than addressing the issues, they punted the case to the appellate court. The reason why this information is so important to you is because when a case is transferred to the appellate court, only the evidence presented during the trials can be considered in that appeal. So anything they hid during the trials can be included. No evidence can be presented unless a 440 motion is filed and accepted. The only way an appeals court will ever consider a 440 motion is if they feel that the evidence that was omitted is important enough to include. The DA's plan all along was to keep this information hidden. The prosecutors know this, defense attorneys know this, and it's all part of the game to keep us locked up. Well, guess what? The appeals court accepted the 440 motion in Najee's case. That means that the evidence they withheld was important enough to to include. Van Houten has publicly stated that there was no misconduct by the police in my nephew's case. That assertion is completely false.
Speak on it!
Two of the officers directly involved in his case are currently under investigation for misconduct in other cases. Those officers lied, manipulated witnesses, and Van Houten endorsed this behavior. He continuously insists that his case is ironclad, even though he... Sorry.
You got this! You got this!
Even though he has publicly admitted to moving too fast to convict on other cases. This is not a mistake that a district attorney should be allowed to make. My family has been constantly harassed and profiled by the IPD, all so that we would be quiet and afraid to fight back. Well, we don't scare that easy. Our mission is to fight police brutality and the wrongful incarceration of our people. Voting for prosecutors, judges, legislators, lawmakers, and other government officials, not just the president, is extremely important. This system was set up before our ancestors were even free. It wasn't designed to protect us, which is why we need to change it. We cannot expect change if we don't change those that have the power. We have to fight back, but we have to fight smart. Learn the game, and then change the rules. And for those of you who want to support us in this struggle, remember this quote from Martin Luther King: "The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort, convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. The true neighbor will risk his position, his prestige, and even his life for the welfare of others." And you can start by removing Matthew Van Houten as district attorney.